Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy
Hello.
Friday.
Hello.
Please welcome Teri Lee, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium Extraordinaire. Hi, Teri. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much for hosting me, Jean. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you and good to be with you, and good to be with everybody in the chat.
Yes, thank you, everybody, for being here. Everybody in the chat. Thank you very much. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is an effort, and what we can do is we can join together with like-minded individuals. We can raise our vibration and connect with spirit. We can provide people with connections to their spirit guides and loved ones, and this really helps to raise our vibration and our moods and our energy.
And that's what we're doing right now. All right.
Exactly,
That's great.
exactly. So I'm not sure if anybody on Facebook can see that we only have time for a certain number of questions, and we are welcoming you coming here, but the questions are currently closed. They fill up really fast.
Sure
So
do.
let's go ahead and get started. Are you ready, Terry?
I am ready.
All right, very good. The first one we have is Valking. Hi, Valking. Can I have
Um,
a message or advice from my higher self, please? Thank you for your question. Very nice. Yeah, I'm not sure that Facebook can see the messages um, on YouTube. So that's kind of why I have it scrolling down there. But thank you guys. I know the moderators. Thank you, moderators, for being here, and thank you for posting that.
hmm. Well, Walking, I'm seeing something interesting, and I'm hearing. Sometimes it's hard to dial it in, but it's like you may have some decisions or some things that you're deciding about, or perhaps some new directions that you're seeking out. Whatever I'm hearing, um, which way the wind blows. I don't know what that means, but they're saying which way the wind blows. I'm feeling like we're here to guide you and illuminate you and help you see which way the wind blows. I don't know, maybe you can validate what what you're going through right now, but that's what I'm feeling. Like it's a very comforting feeling. It's almost like someone standing in front of you in the darkness with a lantern, and the
Mm,
lantern is spread out before you, and you're on the path. And as long as you're looking at the lantern and what's ahead of you, you don't you won't step off the path. And I'm hearing your guidance is very strong. Whatever this is that you might be looking into or that is ahead of you is going to be fulfilling. That's the word they're using. Fulfilling, satisfying. um, it will raise your level of vibration and your sense of your true self and who you are.
that's
Interesting.
really beautiful, Terry. Very beautiful.
Wow.
Wow, you're tapped in. Uh, are you finished?
I'm done, thank you.
Okay. What I was seeing, Valking, is at first I thought it was a teacher, a classroom, and then it seemed to be a little more evolved. And what I got was that you are a mentor. You have people that are relying on you, that are looking to you for direction, and this is the path that you're bringing people along with you, and you have influence, and you're showing others, you're leading others, and you are looking for direction, and they are following your direction, and you seem to be in this dual role of, the leader and the follower, and looking for a message from your higher self, and is a very wise um, inquiry, or goal, or
Mhm.
I see you as a mentor, and you have responsibility. You have people looking up to you. You have people relying on you and looking to you for direction. And we can all feel a little bit of instability in the air, and you're not quite as certain as you would like to be with your path forward, because you have so many. It's almost like if you were a pilot and you have 211 souls on board, like you're responsible for these souls on board. So there's somebody that you're responsible for, and I can't tell if this is a family, a group, a or a work situation where you have people looking to you as a mentor,
Mhm.
and you have experience, you have wisdom, and it's carried you this far, and you just feeling like it's getting a little wiggly. Am I sure that, like, your footing isn't as firm, or as stable as you would like it to be? There's just a little bit of instability there, but people look to you, and what I would say is to trust your instincts. It is um, it is what brought you to this point. You relying on your self intuition, instincts, guidance. You've been listening to it. It's gotten you this far. Don't give up now. It's not unusual to have doubt creep in every now and then. I would ask for your angels to come in and assist you and work beside you and help to support you. They are your guides, and your angels are standing beside you, and they want you to ask each morning to assist me, and show me the way, and help me to be have conviction with my decisions. They're saying you are on the right path. You are doing you're doing well, and you're just feeling the burden of the responsibility. But this is your role. This is a natural role for you. So keep moving forward, but ask them to come in and trust your gut. They said that they tell me this all the time. They guide you through your own gut instincts. It's them giving you that gut feeling. So trust that.
Mhm.
Even though there's a little bit of instability in the air or in the energy, if you get a gut instinct, go with it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wow.
Beautiful. And earlier she commented that that makes sense. So, and I think that resonates with the whole fulfilling and satisfying. Stay on the path, keep looking at the light, and very excited for you, Malky. It sounds wonderful.
Yes. Thank you very much for your question. It must have been a while back.
Oh, and then she just commented a lot of validation there. So,
Oh, wow.
mhm.
Okay, very good. I see it here. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Vulking, and welcome. Thanks for your question. Okay, let's see. We have next is Gertrude Shu, and she would like a message from her spirit guides. Hi, Gertrude. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your question. Aw. Thanks, Melinda. It really helps. You have beautiful energy, and I love your support here. And Terry and I, we wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for each and every one of you being here and supporting us. So thank you.
Thank
So
you.
Gertrude, let me see what your spirit guides have to say.
Well, the first thing, Gertrude, I'm seeing is just this intense. This pink is hard to describe, but I see it, and it always represents tender love. Tender love. It's almost like being flooded with a color and an emotion of love for you. They're saying that they're very happy that you're stepping forward, that you're stepping out, that you are following your purpose. We understand your desires in accordance with your intentions of being a messenger. You're saying not hold on a second. Don't doubt what you're feeling. Continue with your resolve. And we know, you know what you need will always be provided. Our team is here with you. Our team is supporting you. They're talking about some worries, something that perhaps you might be concerned about right now. They're not giving me any indication of what it's about, but they're saying, don't worry, this will resolve itself and all is well. I think that's it. Wow. Okay.
That was really nice, Terry. Thank you. So, Gertrude, what I was getting was that it was important for all of us, but for you especially, to record what you're receiving, the messages that you're receiving, and your channelings and your downloads. That this will make sense in the future if it does not make sense right now. This is sort of like a building block, sort of like they're giving us breadcrumbs. And it may not be anything big or monumentous, revelation, but each thing is like a building block, one on top of the other. And if we record this and make record of it, when we go back and look at it, it'll all make sense, and we'll be able to gain a new enlightenment of what they were trying to say. Because sometimes spirit speaks in code, sometimes spirit speaks in gentle, subtle messages, and you're like, that's it, that's all you're going to give me, but it builds. And they're saying that it's a continuous message that builds, and that it's meant to look back on and to understand in its entirety. Um, they're also saying that you building your energetic vibration and it's that grid around the world. It's one of the light points of light the points of high vibrational energy that you connect with where you are in your location to every other light worker. That this is a sort of like a vibration or a frequency um, location that they want you to work on building, clearing, and raising that frequency right where you are. This is also part of the work that you are doing right now, which is very important for all of us. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, Gertrude. And
Yes, I greatly appreciate those breadcrumbs. And it does take a while for it to come together sometimes.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. It's funny. It's funny. The guides, they're so gentle. And they can't give us, they really just can't give us, just can't say plainly, what to do, where to go, what to say, they they have like a code or a method. I love the way we all get, or sometimes we get the messages from spirit in picture form. I get images, and like the other day, I was reading for someone, and I was smelling gingerbread men. And I was smelling like apple cider, and I was smelling like cinnamon, and like all those delicious kind of fall smells of spice cookies and ginger snaps, and here they were telling me how warm and how comforting that her energy was, just like this spice is. I'm like,
Nice.
it, it's really really beautiful the way they bring us the messages.
Yes.
um yeah, yeah, there's more, but let's just go on. Okay, so Melinda is here. Thank you, Melinda. And she would like a question. She said, when she was in a coma in third grade for 45 days, where did I go? Wow.
I love your picture, by the way. That is so adorable.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Third grade. It's interesting that you would ask this question today because I was just this afternoon listening to some more of the Destiny of Souls audiobook on, and while I was doing some chores, and they talked about, he got to the chapter about, and I don't know, they're bringing this to me, so I'm just going to say, I don't know where this is going. Um, Souls recreating, different places they go and different things they do to recreate, to uh, reboot. Sounds like the souls on the other side do a lot of reflection and growing. Everything the creator creates expands, and that is their joy and purpose. It's our joy and purpose. And they're bringing this to my mind because they're telling me that you went to one of these, you were in one of these special areas, and the soul gets to choose, as I heard today, whether you're with animals, or you're on the beach, or you've got a place where you loved, and a place where you felt secure and safe and beautiful. I'm getting that there were other, you were being ministered to. That's what I'm getting now. You were in one of these very safe and beautiful places, and you were being ministered to by other souls and your guides. In our loving care is what I'm hearing. In our loving care. I don't know why I'm saying like a meadow and a stream and beautiful wildflowers. Um, your soul, your soul was at peace there and felt safe and recharged, refueled. That's what they're saying, and I believe that's where you were.
Hmm. That's
Interesting.
beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's weird. I just heard about that this afternoon. Wow. That gave me chills.
Interesting. Oh, well, Melinda, this is much bigger than a 5 minute reading. But what I was getting, the first thing I felt was that I was being cradled, or that you were being cradled, and I would, it felt as though it was like an angelic energy that you were being cradled. I'm not sure if it was a guardian angel or, but, and then as I was tuning in, they also showed that there was a similar place to where we go when we are sleeping at night, where our consciousness goes when we leave our body so our body can rest. This was your body recovering and resting and recuperating. And your consciousness is busy on the other side, uh, going through lessons and sharing information. So they were telling me it's similar to this same place that we go when we're asleep, and also that you were being cradled, that your consciousness and that uh, your soul was being cradled by the angels
Yes,
while you
master.
recovered. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're telling me to remind you that what you experience on the other side in the spirit world, time goes very, very quickly as compared to how we are down here in the dense energy of planet Earth. So, oh, that just felt really good. That felt very,
Interesting.
wow,
What an interesting question, Melinda.
thank
But
you.
man, we would be, that would be a fun journey to take and have you tell me, have you go
Yes.
through it yourself and you tell us. So yeah, might be a fun project. But
Hmm.
thank you for your question. And thank you for being here too, Melinda. I really appreciate your energy being here.
Yes, we all do. Thank you.
Okay, we have Wasted Millennium. And question, any message from spirit or my grandpa Asborn? Is that how you say that?
Oh, hmm. Okay.
Grandpa, let's go with, yeah, see which one. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your question.
Go ahead, Jane.
I was actually reading, Melinda was
Oh,
sharing. She said she had 3 near-death experiences, and I
oh
said,
my
well,
goodness.
that's a, if that's not validation that you are meant to be here at this moment, I don't know what is.
Okay. I think I'm getting grandpa. Are you getting the grandpa there, Gene? I feel
That's
this.
the two I'm going for. Yeah.
Wow, this man. Grandpa was. I feel strong. Like,
Mm.
rah. That's what I'm feeling. A very strong and powerful personality. And please feel free to validate any of this as we're reading. That really helps. Strong. And he's appearing to me as not as an old man. I mean, you hear the word grandpa, but this guy, his trying to get closer to his eyes are, I think his eyes are blue, and he's got just salty hair, but I mean, I don't know how to describe it. He's buff. Okay. He's buff guy. He's really strong. Is this grandpa? Um, let's see what. um, it sounds like he's speaking in another language. I'm trying to dial it in. Are you getting anything, Jean?
I'm getting that he's a tinkerer, that if he needed something, he would build it. He was very good with his hands, very good with his mind. He was mechanically inclined, very 3D builder kind of thing.
Hmm.
Was always a worker, always, there was sort of like, he could pull a tree or a bush or out of the ground, like very
Yes.
strong
Yeah.
type of hard worker, and was able to achieve a lot of things and had to do a lot of this hard labor work. But he was also very stern and had a strong opinion, had a strong will, and like you're going to get up at 5 o'clock and you better be on time, like
He's
sort of like strong, and like there was no mincing words. He was very direct, and had high expectations and had really good work ethic, and he was just very capable, and knew he had an amazing job to get from point A to point B, and he was there to provide.
hmm his gaze is very piercing. That's what I was like getting close into, and what I'm hearing him saying is, "I did this because I loved you. I did this. I did this. I did everything for you. I gave you everything I had, and that was my love. That was how I showed my love for you." And he's saying, "I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you." But I get the same feeling Gene got, is that he's very sincere, he's very stern, but that is his way of showing love, his care, his confidence, all of that. He felt like he needed to keep up for his family. You don't show weakness, you show strength so that people feel safe. There, whoa, there it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
So, Wasted Millennium was telling me, or telling us, that he was
Norwegian.
Norwegian, but then he said he thinks we're getting his other grandfather, Ulf, who is Swedish. So and sometimes actually, Wasted Millennium, they do piggyback. They do piggyback if they had any type of similar type of energies. But yeah, this guy was very honorable, and a beautiful provider, and a very hard worker. And he was happy. He was happy to be exhausted and worn out by the end of the day. He felt like he was accomplished, and he wouldn't have been happy pushing a pencil.
Yeah,
It gave him a lot of satisfaction, and his experience was enriched by his craft, completing these tasks.
yeah.
Beautiful.
It's very interesting how that happens. That's why we always ask for validation, because sometimes, I mean, when he came in, it was like bam. And sometimes I feel like souls just kind of, you know, they fight to get in. They got something to say. I definitely felt that from him. Very strong soul, very
Yeah,
strong.
he wanted to come through because of probably how assertive he was or is. He wanted to come through. And you're here asking for a grandpa, and he comes rushing into both of us, right?
And what's interesting? Soul's on the other side. I mean, when you pass over and you go to the other side, you're in your soul form and your soul energy, but you still retain some of those personality aspects when you get over on the other side. And those definitely come through strong when we're doing readings. That's how they let you know that it's them. So I'm glad that I was glad to meet you, Ulf. Uh, I have Swedish and Norwegian background too. So yeah, that's great.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I think our soul has an essence to it. Our soul has an imprint, um, a just a tendency, and it's familiar. Each
Mhm.
lifetime comes
Yes.
back.
Yes.
That's interesting.
I agree.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Wasted Millennium. We appreciate your question and we thank you
Yes.
for being here. Okay, we
These are great
have
questions. Great questions, by the way.
okay, we have Avi Morgan, and I'm assuming she wants just a reading. She just wants a reading. So let's see if we can get a message. Hi, Fatima. Thanks for being here. Avi Morgan. Oh, Fatima is that one that she's at the uninvited, I think. So just give me one moment.
Sure.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, Wasted Millennium had another comment. Don't mean to put things off, but while you're dealing with stuff, I'll read it. It says, my grandma, Ulf's wife, has seen him, so it seems he still lingers around more than the others, for sure.
Aw.
And he was a great builder, built his own home and all. That is interesting. And some souls like to be more a part of our lives after they pass here on planet Earth, and so they do like to make themselves known. So I'm not surprised at all with that personality. He was strong. That's great. Okay. All
All
right.
right, let's go back to Avi.
Yes. This is interesting. Avi, you can validate this for me, perhaps. I immediately heard the Supreme song "Stop in the Name of Love" before you break my heart, right? Boom, it came right in. I don't know if maybe you're kind of hoping to get a little message about love or something. Let me know about that because that's the first thing I got. I'm still hearing that song, Gene. You pop in if you need to. I'm not
Mm.
sure what they're trying to say. Okay. I'm not sure, but I think that I'm being told that you are in a relationship or considering a relationship. And I keep hearing that, think it all over. So maybe you're trying to make a decision about it. Maybe, come on, guys, get through here. Um, okay, so what they're saying is rest easy and enjoy these feelings and emotions you're having, but watch for what your true inner self is feeling and saying. And I don't, they're saying you should, I think they're saying you should think it over, but, but don't be afraid. Just know what your true inner self is feeling and honor it and guard the love that you have built for yourself. Boy, you can validate this. Maybe I'm way off base, but that's what I got. Wow.
So, Avi, what I was seeing is that you were at a swim club and there was hedges and you were sitting in front of the hedges on a lounge and that you were very attractive and you had many suitors and that you may have suitors that don't have your best intention, that they are reacting on animal instinct rather than genuine um, admiration for your mind as well as your beauty. And perhaps this is what the guides are cautioning you to think it over and to, be cautious and to make sure you understand what somebody's intentions are and maybe don't be charmed by sweet talk because actions speak louder than words, and people who treat you with respect and really enjoy learning more about you is somebody who is going to be respectful for you. And I just see a person who is at a swim club who is very attractive and has many onlookers, and so that's wonderful for you.
There you go. And just listen to that Supreme song, one of my favorites.
That's
I love it.
interesting,
I love it
Avi.
when they give me a song. It's just, it's always
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah. And that's beautiful that that it gives you like an emotion. It gives you like a
Yeah.
um, something to begin the advice from. That this
Mhm.
makes me feel this way. This is the
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
Um,
And it may be that if they had come through and said, well, this is about love, I'd have been hesitant to say it because the question wasn't about love. It was about a message from the guides. So, but they drill right down to the point, and that's sometimes the song will do it. You know, there's no getting around the meaning of that song.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. We have Lark Kemper is here. Hi, Lark. Thanks for your question. And he says, question, my multi-dimensional thinking of timelines and dimensions and frequencies, am I on track? Much love and appreciation.
Okay.
My multi-dimensional thinking of timelines, dimensions, and frequencies. Let's see if we can check with the guides.
If you want to give us a little bit more about that, I'll just start talking, and this is me talking. Um, I experience that frequently at times when I almost feel a moment that's in my life in the future or in the past. And sometimes the past ones will bring up the exact feeling I had at that moment in time. But there's also been times when I've felt like, oh, how do I describe this? Like I'm driving down the highway and I glance and somebody in a car goes by me and it felt like it was someone I was going to know in the future or perhaps me in the future. You just get that feeling. It's that I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but thank you for your question. If you want, if you want to detail it a little bit more, I mean, are you seeing different timelines in this time in your life right now? Future timelines?
I think he's contemplating.
Okay.
So sorry, I was just trying to remove somebody. I'll have to I turned it
No,
off. So
no
um,
problem.
sorry about that.
It's okay. I'll dial in on this, Lark. There are many dimensions. There are many dimensions.
Let me use my pendulum.
Mm-hmm.
Sure that you can see.
I'm getting that you're tapping in. You're tapping into frequencies. I'm hearing the words, make sure they are of use to you. So, in other words, you may have that sensation or feeling, and you may just witness it and acknowledge it and bless it and let it go. And then other times, it may have an actual message for you that perhaps you're to watch for something down the road, down the road. And what I'm hearing is be sure that it serves you and that what you're doing is tapping into different frequencies, different energies. And I want to say congratulations because that's that's pretty cool. What'd you get,
So,
Jane?
so Lark, when I asked the pendulum to see if you were on track, the pendulum swung in the no direction, and what I they reminded me is when I listened to Dolores Cannon, and she tells us about the convoluted universe, that it is far beyond what the human mind can understand. There are more layers and more dimensions and more concepts that the human mind can grasp at this point. I think that being aware that there are frequencies, aware that there are dimensions, and aware that the timelines are converging is a step in the right direction. Um, Let me just tap in one more time.
And I just keep hearing, be sure that it serves you. You can witness it, bless it, and send it on its way.
It's almost like there's hypotheses. It's a consideration to contemplate, but
Mhm.
not to solidify um, and to come to a conclusion. That there are hypotheses to contemplate and different scenarios that are possible. They're saying infinite possibilities, but it's way too early to come to conclusions. And again, trust your gut. Ask your guides. Use your pendulum. Record your dreams. Follow the breadcrumbs. They're just like we told Gertrude earlier today, that record what you get each day. And it may not make sense in each day when you are receiving messages, but perhaps at one point you'll turn around and look back at the body of work and say, oh, that's what it was. But it's far beyond the what they're saying is it's beyond what the human mind can grasp. Yeah. And they're also reminding me that time is a human construct.
Yes, true.
Wow. Well, good for you, Lark.
Yeah,
Let us know.
he did make a comment.
repairing timelines.
Mhm.
Everything's happening in the now. So, so you can jump timelines and actually do some repairs. That's more like quantum physics, where
Mhm.
everything is existing in the now, and it transcends time and space, and that's, I think, is what quantum physics and quantum healing is what I know. It
Yeah.
transcends time and space. That's how we can visit our past lives and heal perhaps a wound either in our childhood or in our past life or in our lineage, our ancestral wounding and things like this. Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that is the truth.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
So maybe it's just the terminology that was confusing me. But no, that's right. That's right. Good, Lark.
Yeah, great question.
I know. I know. It's a great question. Thank you. Thank you. He says yes, thumbs up. How nice. Thank you for being here, Lark. Good.
That's why it's so wonderful as a community to gather together and be able to talk with each other and share our ideas and our experiences because it's a treasure to be able to be heard and ask questions and be understood. It's a real gift. So thank you. Thank you very much. What do we got, Jane? We got
Okay.
another on tap?
Yeah. 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 I'm trying to let me see. I was just trying to read Cat Mama's question. And I recently made contact with the man I'm told is my biological father. Is he? Well, let's
That
see
sounds
if
like a
that.
pendulum question to me, Jane. What do you think? I wish I had one right now.
Well, no, you have yes no cards on
Pardon?
your cards. Do they say yes no?
Yes, they do. And I'm shuffling right now as we speak. So nice to have these tools that we can access on when we need a definitive answer on something. Because when you're reading, you don't want anything in your mind to get in the way.
Hey, Cat Mama, if you're still here, can you give us his first name only? Just his first name? So that we don't pick up a a you know just his first name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see it. So I'm just going to say, has Cat Mama been contacted by her biological father? Does that work? Does that work for you, Jean? Interesting. Okay.
She says Vince.
Vince. Ooh, tricky stuff. What are you getting, Jane?
I'm getting a yes both times for the biological father, the person that was contacted, and I'm getting a yes on Vince.
Okay. Well, I drew the Two of Cups. That's a yes card. And that's partnership, it's relationships, happy couples, family connections. So I would have to say that, yeah, first card I drew. Beautiful.
That's amazing that he's still around and that, it's been so long. Um, that you haven't met him before. That's amazing. Interesting question, Cat Mama. Thank you very
Yes.
much for asking, and all the best to you. And yeah, I can understand that you have doubts, but I'm not sure. Did you find him through like 23andMe or the that type of a finding your relatives through that type of a service?
There are other ways to validate it if you're still uncertain.
Right, because people
Yeah.
can impersonate other people. You just want to make sure that you're really careful there. But the pendulum was swinging a yes. The pendulum was swinging a yes.
All
Okay,
right.
so we are right at 1 hour. Let's go to Sarah Walsh. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for being here. She says, I'm wondering if any of my grandparents have a message. Sarah, are you still here? If you can give us a name. I'm not sure if Sarah is still here.
That
If you
helps.
could give us a name of one of your grandparents. I'm sorry, I star them and I didn't see that until I'm reading them. I just starred yeah, question.
It's
I
tough
didn't
to keep
read the
up
detail.
sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, here she is. Good. Keith. Very good. Thank you. Keith is her, I guess, her grandfather. So let's see if we can get a message um, from Keith. Oh, she said she found him through Facebook. Cat Mama did. Okay. Interesting. Keith for Sarah Walsh. Lots of dads today, huh? Or this is grandfather, but yeah,
Okay.
lots of males.
Once again, I'm getting that pink wave of love.
Mm.
Beautiful. I'm wondering if you can validate. I'll go ahead and kind of getting the oh, it's hard to describe sometimes when you get feelings first before you get visual. But a man of the earth, like a nature lover. Um, I'm just throwing this out there, like a man of the earth. I don't know whether that means a gardener, a farmer, a man of nature.
Could have liked fishing.
Yeah, something. And please validate as we read, because as we saw earlier, different souls can come in. Okay. I'm going to see if I can get a visual. Jean, you go ahead anytime.
I'm getting a gentleman who is wearing glasses and reading books. I'm getting somebody who was intelligent and um, had an imagination. He loved to read and he loved to learn. I think it was history. I think it was um, uh,
Perfect. Sorry.
something like nonfiction. Um, he liked to learn about human behavior. He may have been interested in psychology or just behavior and um, he was probably inquisitive about his own existence, his own thoughts, his own feelings, and this helped to put things in perspective and give him guidance and understanding by looking at others and reading about others and reading about history or important people in history or these things taught him about himself. He was inquisitive about himself. I think he had an awareness of his spirit, and but not as not as esoteric, but just curious about human behavior. He did read and he did wear those glasses. I think he did like to fish. I think he was very introspective. I think he was quiet and mild mannered.
I, I,
Very,
oh, go ahead.
very loving. Go ahead.
That's so good. That's right where I was. I've got a smile now. I've got this beautiful, beautiful eyes. They kind of twinkle, and he's got his head cocked, and he's smiling. And she commented that he worked in a rock quarry, so man of the earth. And he said, "I'm glad you got that." But I'm going to dial back in. I'm totally validating exactly what Jane was saying, and what I'm hearing from him is he says, "I did not limit myself. I did not limit myself. I had a simple love of life." He's reminding me of a poem I wrote when I was young. How did they do that? Uh, uh, like many may have seen him as a humble man, but he, through his mind and his journeys and his curiosities, he lived a broad perspective of life here in this lifetime. And oh, he's saying, I don't know if he called you honey, little honey, if he was with you, but he's saying right now, oh, my little honey, you are a bright star. Oh, and I enjoy dropping in. I don't know if you've seen little signs, but I would look for them because he's dropping in. I'm enjoy dropping in and being with you. Getting a great feeling from this guy. Like he was a real sweetheart, like a real sweetheart, but a solid man who had a good sense of who he truly was and had that just beautiful, simple love of life. Whew, okay. That
Yeah.
was
She said
nice.
he was the intellectual type and that we are both spot on. He came through so strong,
He's
so
good.
strong. Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I wrote a poem. And in that poem, it was in the eyes of a lowly man, the simple love of life. And it goes on, and I won't say the whole thing, but he brought that to my mind, which is, wow, pretty good. I've never had that happen before. Thank you, Sarah. That was a real honor and a pleasure to read that. Thank you.
It was very much a pleasure. He's a good communicator and he seems like an old soul. Seems
Yeah,
like he had like an inkling about, being an old soul and he had like something that made him wonder and be introspective. And him coming through so strongly and reminding you and having that ability to remind you of that poem, he has
it's good.
he just seems like an old soul with a lots of integrity. I can't think of what he's in a power position, but because he earned it with integrity.
Mm,
Um, it's really really neat. He's
beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Uh, wow, it never ceases to amaze me. New things all the time happen, and I'm like, whoa, that was good. In fact, I might mention that Queen Elizabeth exited with a rainbow. Did you see that? Did you
The
see that? I saw
double
that.
rainbow.
I went, wow, Elizabeth, that was good. That was so good.
What did you think that meant? So many people have different ideas of what it meant to them.
I think it was a message of hope because right now is an uncertain time for them. And just getting a new prime minister, she was caring, and her very last message was for her people and her family. That's how I felt. What she was communicating is hope. It's all going to be okay.
Yeah, I kind of felt like she turned around and just shined her love on you know on the kingdom, and all the people who really loved her and followed her, and provided so much for her, almost like an expression of gratitude is what I felt, gratitude and
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
She had a great love for her people, a great love for her people.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Like a thank you. And somebody else said that it meant that she met with Prince Philip, that they were reunited, and that's what the double rainbow meant.
Oh,
And
Dove.
somebody, yeah,
Yeah.
so a couple of people had different theories of what it meant, but I just kind of felt like she turned around and and kind of shined her love for everybody in gratitude. I thought that was really nice. So Sarah says he was very spiritual. He guided me to meditate. See, he
Okay.
only came to me after he passed. We weren't close when he was alive. Interesting. I have chills. That's
That
he was connecting with Terry. He was
dropped in.
connecting with Terry.
Wow. That is really cool, Sarah.
I have chills.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed to
Beautiful.
have like this presence, this knowing, this that he kind of had a suspicion while he was alive, but now that he's on the other side, he has a very strong
Yeah.
sense of self, a very strong knowing. That's
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great.
Cool. Nice. I love it when we end up with chills. Well, thank you, each and everybody. Let's do a little bit of a shout out. Let's say thank you to Falls
Chips
Teeth
on a
Realtor
Friday.
Row, Melinda, Gertrude Shu, thanks for being here. Purple Elephant, Deb H. Stop Censorship, thank you for being here. Tracy Ralph,
AC Ralph.
Sarah Walsh, Viviani, and all the moderators. Thank you guys very
Yeah.
much. I know we had a couple interruptions, and I just took care of that, so I'll have to figure something else out. And Sharon Sipe and Cat Mama, thank you for your question. And yeah, oh wow. And Scott Scorpio Moon, thanks for being here. I saw Kevin was here earlier. And for Lark Kemper, thank you. Genealogy Junkie, thank you all very
Yes.
much. And
Yes.
thank you, Terry Lee,
Oh.
psychic medium extraordinaire. What do you have coming up?
Only my guides know. There's going to be a show coming up probably at the first of the week, as I was telling you before we went on. They've been giving me downloads and messages, and I'll put that on probably early next week, and then we'll just take it from there. Ah,
Excellent. And if somebody is looking to get a reading from you, how can they contact you?
purevisionarypsychic.com. Thank you very much. And it's really easy to book a reading. And I just want to take a minute to say what a great honor and privilege it was to read for you today. And I just love you all from the bottom of my heart. Beautiful souls, beautiful souls. Thank you.
Please go over and subscribe to Pure Visionary Teri Lee's YouTube channel as well. She has a lot of guests and very interesting content and interviews. So if you haven't yet, please go over and subscribe. And thank you again, Terry, for joining me, and everybody for being here tonight. Happy Friday, everybody. Bye, everybody.